The Galil. Truly one of the Call of Duty greats. A gun that has been loved by everyone since day one. It's become an icon not only amongst Call of Duty, but across FPS games in general. So today, I am going to be attempting to get to round 50 only using the Galil. And yes, you do see town on your screen. I decided, you know what, it's been a while since I've booted up this map, so let's run it. I also know some of you may have been expecting a different game, that game being Black Ops 1. Well, yeah, no. Doing around 50 challenges with box guns that don't have any way of replenishing ammo other than through maxis, honestly, just isn't the most fun in the world, and before the challenge even begins, 9 times out of 10, you already know how it's gonna end. You know, I run out of ammo, try to survive for a little bit, but ultimately my demise is just a matter of time. So, why not do it on a game that I just enjoy playing the most? First few rounds, we grind together some points. Annoyingly, the box is in the bar, so I have to get a few extra points than I'd like, but at the beginning of round 3, I've got enough cheddar in my back pocket to get my first spin done, and I only go and pull the ray gun. Any other time this would have been great, of course the one time I don't want it or need it, I get it. But at the end of the round, it's time to hit the box again, and this time, the box provides me with the good goods, and we got ourselves the Galil. Sometimes when your luck is in, it's in. As this is town, there isn't really much to do, so I get myself quick revive and just start getting my points for the rest of the perks, until round 5 happens. And what happens on round 5, you may ask? I died. Well, I downed. Right at the beginning of the round, a zombie comes zooming up the stairs, I whiff my shots and then get the old windmill special, and before I know it, I'm learning what wood tastes like. Upon reviving, I rebuy quick revive and clear out the round. As I'd been saving my points already, I was now fat on cheddar, so once the round was done, I went and got my other perks. Now you may be wondering to yourself, why has he bought stamina up over speed? Especially considering he's camping. Well, the game plan was soon to change, and it did change at the end of round 14. I'm still camping like the nerd I am until I get overwhelmed and have to jump down. I run into my training spot and clear out the remaining zombies. At this point, you'd be right to say Pack-a-Punch was up next. Not if you me though. Yeah, I just didn't do it. And it almost led to me dying again, as right at the beginning of the round, I'm taking out zombies. It's taking a few more bullets this time, and I almost get myself stuck and downed. Which might still have happened if I had a Pack-a-Punch gun, but the idea of that extra safety just kind of makes me feel better, so leave me alone. This time, at the end of the round, I did go and Pack-a-Punch, and it was now that I was reminded that this gun also comes with a disgusting reflex sight upon being upgraded. I know a lot of you like this, which is weird as hell to me, because this thing is ugly and awful and everything about it is wrong. Also, funnily enough, how I'd label Dire-Ice fans. With the Galil now upgraded, I began to breeze through the rounds. Then I got a little too cocky during round 18 and downed. I'm taking out zombies, take a few too many hits, and once again I'm taking a dirt nap. I'm reviving and my perk's back, and at this point I take a step back and head back to the camping spot. Look, alright, it's been a while since I've played this map and I'm a little rusty, also too lazy to practice before anyone says anything. The camping strat lasted me about 2 more rounds before things began to get a little too hectic, which then resulted in me going back to my training spot. 2 more rounds go by, and then I'm struck with some just really bad luck. I'm training the zombies together, I keep getting hit, but I also keep regenerating my health until I don't quite get that second part down. I'm red screen, and I'm honestly pretty safe until I screw up my jump and land right on some lava, which downs me. After reviving, I have 1 magazine worth of ammo left. So to be honest, I'm kind of screwed. But then the zombie gods bless me with a maxi, but as I grab it, I jump by accident, just nullifying any momentum I had, and the zombies have their way with me. So round 22, not that great, so I ran it back. But this time I did things a little differently. I used mods for this run, and as you can see, it's a Cold War overhaul mod for Black Ops 2, of which I'll leave the link to in the description if you want to check it out for yourselves. You may recall at the beginning of this video, I talked about replenishing ammo and whatnot, and well, Cold War has ammo crates that you can just buy ammo from, and I'd known about this mod for a while, but I'd never checked it out, well, until now. I thought going into this, it would just be like the BO3 overhaul mod, where it basically just adds all the Cold War guns, perks, and ammo crates, whilst removing the perk limit. Yeah, no. This mod is so much more. All of the above is here, but we also now have the chance to spawn with whatever gun I wanted, as you've seen. Weapon rarities that work just like they do in Cold War, so red tier is trash and gold is the best. We then have salvage, so I can upgrade my gun's rarity as well as use it for armor. We also have a field upgrade, which was wild to me, and that's just all of the main stuff. There's a bunch more there, but we'd be here all day if I was to list everything. Now, all of that sounds really great, right? Well, I only learned that 90% of those things existed by playing the game. Definitely should have read the description before playing, and you may ask, well, why is this a problem? Firstly, the upgrade station, where I can buy my upgrades for my gun and buy armor, only spawns near the Pack-a-Punch, which is a bit of a problem when you're playing Die Rise, which, by the way, I only played to make things a little harder, you know, because of the mod. And it's a problem because the Pack-a-Punch not only moves up and down the map, it also spawns in a completely random area, meaning I had no idea at all where I could upgrade my gun or buy armor. Not the only issue, I also learned whilst playing that the perk prices also mirror Cold War, meaning first perk purchase costs 2,500 points, second is 3,000 points, then 3,500 points, and so on. I'm not gonna lie, my first experience with this mod, it was a clusterfuck. So this is how the game went. Round 5, I turn on power and get jug bought. From here, I spent the next 5 rounds looking for the Pack-a-Punch. Didn't find it, but I did find double tap and quick revive and got them bought by round 10. Round 11, I discovered the Wonder Fizz, so I gave it a spin and it gave me Mule Kick. Round 12 was a doozy, as I managed to somehow get myself trapped behind an invisible perk on top of a lift, which subsequently got me squished and downed. After this, I bought Speed and Jug and went a few more rounds looking for Pack-a-Punch or an upgrade station. Round 13, still hadn't found either, and with only a base tier gun to protect me, it was just a matter of time as to when I died, which just so happened to also fall on round 13. So I decided to throw in this mod on a map that might be a little more friendly on, and that map was Buried. The option was Buried or Mob, and I'm not gonna lie, I kinda wish I chose Mob, mainly because of something I discovered late in the game, but we'll talk about that when the time comes. So I spawned in with my Galil and got to work. Power was turned on pretty soon after, and Speed, Quick Revive and Jug were also bought. Double Tap and Pack-a-Punch were the next 2 things on my list. But with this point system, I needed roughly 10 grand, and well, that's a lot of cheddar. But by the end of the round, I had the funds needed to make it happen. Oh yeah, I also got Tombstone as my free perk, so do with that as you will. After Pack-a-Punching, I went to find the upgrade station, which was located just outside of Pack-a-Punch, and with the salvage I had, I was able to get my first weapon upgrade and some armor. With the upgrade station being located where it was, I stuck around and grinded out some more salvage and points, and got a few more upgrades on the board before I headed back to the town. At this point, the Galil was basically the class bully. Zombies didn't stand a chance, just like poor old Timothy doesn't, and for the next 5 or so rounds, I steamrolled my way through the zombies. Round 20, with 30 big ones in my pants, and I'm talking about cheddar here, I made my way back over to the Pack-a-Punch and got both Onyx Rarity Upgrade and Pack-a-Punch, and these zombies were doomed. The Galil just blitzed anything and everything for fun from here on, and by round 23, I got the final upgrade. The Galil was finally in its final form, and when I say it blitzed these zombies, I mean it fucked them up. The Galil was a one-shot to the head all the way until about round 30 to 31, and when I noticed it was beginning to slip, I went and got my final perk of the game, being Deadshot. Thankfully this operated like it does in Cold War, and the Galil was back on top. Another great thing about this was Mule Kick also worked like it did in Cold War, which is another reason why I kind of wanted to do this in Mob, because if I'd known this beforehand, I could have just stayed on the bridge and just trained in like the easiest training spot ever made with unlimited ammo, and I kind of wish I knew that before playing Buried, but it is what it is. The Galil was once again unstoppable, just tearing through zombies for fun, until I started closing in on round 40. About round 38, the Galil stopped one-tapping heads. In fact, from here, it actually got quite difficult to tell how good it was, as there's no health bars or points to indicate whether I was actually damaging zombies or not. It was basically just a spray and pray for a few rounds from this point. Round 41 was a big round for me, and the Galil, as it was the beginning of our demise. and things go south pretty damn quick. I begin to get overwhelmed about halfway through the round, but the Galil pushes them back bit by bit, but unfortunately it loses its grip and I take it down. Now I kind of forgot I had Tombstone, and at this point I was a little bamboozled as to what was happening, and I got myself downed almost immediately after entering Tombstone. Luckily I revived, cleared out the remaining zombies, and reacquired all of my perks from the Wonder Fizz for one last hurrah. Round 42 was it. Zombies crowd the hell out of me pretty much the second the round starts. Ring of Fire saves me, but it's not enough as I end up taking the down. The real misery happens when I enter Tombstone, completely surrounded by zombies, to the point where I can't even move and, well, I'm dead. So, thanks game, got a real fighting chance with that one. But round 42 with the Galil, granted, okay, we use mods, but I was planning on using the Grav at some point in this video, but decided, why not do this instead. So it's not really an awful round, but it is what it is. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.